moving on from that, though, there's many matchups everyone obviously wants you to be involved with, but I don't think there's a bigger matchup in the WWE right now that hasn't happened. You versus Roman Reigns. Is this on your checkoff list of things to do? Because it seems like there's no bigger match in the WWE right now than that one.
Yeah, this or Brock is the usual other mention in that question. We'll see. Time will tell, I say to this, because it's not on my, I don't know, it's nothing where I go, I need to do this now, that has to happen now, anything like that. I'm focused on what I do now. Do I think in the long run it would be a very interesting match? I think so, yeah, because I think what Roman is to the Universal title now is what I am to the Intercontinental Championship. I think the role or the position is very similar to that. But he's doing his thing now. I do my thing. That's okay for me. And further down the line, that's definitely something interesting to get into.
Right, because you're both on incredible championship runs right now. So having you collide just be like, oh, it'd be insane. And is the goal for you right now, heading into we're in December, we're heading into WrestleMania season soon. Is the goal for the Intercontinental Championship to main event one of the nights of WrestleMania for you?
No, because that's not gonna happen. That's
The tag team
uh,
titles though main evented this past year, and that has been
um
that's insane.
that is very true. But it's also, if you look at the situation back then, if Roman wouldn't have held both belts, then or both titles, then we would not have had that main event, I think. I think the situation is very different now. I think Seth is on a very good run right now, and obviously there's Roman. So I think the two main events are pretty set, um, which it should be. The Intercontinental Champion, which is the number two title on Raw. Obviously, I give it my best, and I do everything I can to make it feel like the number one. But I think there's a ranking system and everything for a reason. I think it's quite obvious that I outgrew the Intercontinental Championship already. Like I am ready to make that next step. Um, but I'm first and foremost, I'm also a realist. Um, and I don't really get butthurt about that or anything like that. That I cannot be in the same position as Roman right now, for example. So that's totally okay for me. And for me, it doesn't really matter for me where I am on the card because I'm fairly confident that most of the times when I'm on a card and I have a title match, that people will be going, yeah, leaving the building talking about my match regardless. So I'm
Of
good with
course.
it.
Of course. Though recently you did main event at Raw where you defeated Chad Gable in one of the best matches of the year. And yet, the highlight, I think, was unfortunately, I have children, so it was a little sad too. Chad Gable's children are crying front row. And did that bring you joy as a performer, as a bad guy on television?
Yeah, it did definitely. I love a good heartbreak. That's one of the best things that can happen in our industry is people really believe in one thing and then it doesn't happen and there's a major heartbreak and you can just see on all their faces that yeah, that touched them. So
Yes. Yes, it did. We're all people at home are like, oh, it's Chad Gable's time, and then obviously you continue on. But yeah, that child moment. Oh my God. With Imperium though, I've asked before about Samantha, one of the best ring announcers of all time, joining Imperium. But let's talk about active wrestlers in a fantasy scenario here. If there is a woman on the main roster right now that could possibly fill an application to join Imperium, who would you like that person to be?
um I think I had the question before. And I think I answered back then. Like we discussed it internally once. I think the our choices would be either Charlotte or Io. Those would be the ones that we could see as a good fit, especially skill wise. Yeah, I think that would be a good addition.
Oh, that'd be great. And obviously in wrestling it's not ballet and it's a sport and injuries happen. What is your worst injury in professional wrestling?
Um, I'm very lucky. Like I never had a major injury. I think. Let me think. I had my meniscus fixed I think 2 years ago or 2.5 years, and I think that was the worst thing that happened to me so far. So I'm either very fortunate and lucky, or my style is very smart to stay injury free. That's the two options here. But yeah, knock on wood.
I was
So it
gonna say
doesn't.
you should probably find some wood right now because you
Yeah,
think I think you just jinxed yourself a little bit on that
there
one.
you go.